Good morning, folks, and welcome again to our service this morning. I'm going to ask a favor of you so that next Sunday, you just reach out much further than you have in the past and bring the neighbors and your family and friends with you because they don't know we are open yet, no matter how much we've been saying it. So,
Hello, kids. Several days ago on Ash Wednesday, we recognized the beginning of Lent. As you may remember, Lent is a time in which we as Christians prepare ourselves for the fact that Christ will suffer on Good Friday, then resurrect on Easter Sunday. Pastor Mark Charles tells us about Lent and sometimes the sacrifice and good acts that we are asked to do. The gospel reading for this second Sunday of Lent calls us to consider what a person needs to do to follow Christ. It talks of denying things. Christ had disciples. Disciples are people who follow Christ. Some of his main disciples traveled with him from town to town. As the disciples were going from place to place, they would hear the crowds talk about Jesus. The crowds wanted to know if Christ was a prophet. Christ asked one of his main disciples, Peter, what he thought about Christ's role. Peter answered that he believed that Jesus Christ was a person promised by the prophets in the Old Testament. That is not bad, as that is what we as Christians believe. We believe that Jesus Christ is the Savior that the prophets said would come to save the world. Now, Jesus knew that he would suffer. He told his people that his life would involve a lot of pain. Again, Peter, that disciple who wanted to be the main disciple, the main person for Jesus, he said that Jesus should not even talk about suffering. He only wanted to think about the nice and easy things and not the hard things. Jesus reminded Peter that his followers must deny themselves if they truly want to follow Christ. Now, when you heard about Lent before, you were told that we sometimes must deny ourselves. Sometimes we must make sacrifices to have something better in the long run. Now, consider this. Do you like candy? I know you do. I mean, do you really like candy? You know, my wife, Danielle, she really likes chocolate. She could eat chocolate for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I'm sure some of you feel the same way. You could have candy all day if your parents allowed you. But you know something? If you could eat candy all the time, you would probably not be able to eat the good stuff, the good food needed for you to be healthy and strong. So, with the help of your parents and those who love you, you learn to deny yourself of something that you like so that you can actually be a healthier person. As we continue through the season of Lent, let us do something positive, such as trying to pray every day. Let us make some sacrifices, such as denying ourselves of things that we remember that Christ does ask his disciples to be willing to deny things for him.